Hi, this is Anita with 5 Minutes with Art. Today we want to talk about the Renaissance artist, Sandro Botticelli. He may not be as famous as some of the other Renaissance artists that we talk about, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Raphael, but he is actually considered to be one of the most important Renaissance artists. He began his career in Florence, which was the hub of the Renaissance activity. His work was marked by linear grace, delicate colors, and by just beauty. He gained the patronage of the powerful Medici family, then became crucial for his success. He created some very famous works of art. Here are 10 reasons why he's considered to be a significant artist, especially a Renaissance artist. He was a master of line and detail. He was able to represent mythology like no one else was able to. He was able to integrate with that some pagan and Christian themes. His work has this sort of emotional expressionism to it. He had the patronage of the very powerful Medici family. And just because of that, they saw him as this great artist during this time and during this period. That of course makes him be a very influential artist during that time. And also meant sure that he had quite a few good, important commissions. A lot of contribution to portrait art. And he influenced later artists and culture by his work. He uses some symbolism in his work too, which would have some nature and landscape. And he actually did some technical innovation with art itself. He experimented with various techniques of art. So he had, this innovative sort of method of being able to layer his paint. And his technical skills, this sort of like allowed him to do this sort of delicate color variations, these detailed his technical skills or his technical innovation in the art allowed him to achieve, this delicate color in his art, this variation, this detailed sort of textures, and this contribute to this very much like lifelike quality of his work. Despite his involvement with pagan themes, and this is where it kind of gets a little confusing, like why was he sort of into these pagan themes when this was very much an area when Christianity was at the forefront? But his work also reflects a deep religious faith and moral concerns. So even though he sort of had this sort of mixes pagan and methodology and all these other things in with his work, he also shows this deep sense of religion in its work itself. He has some very famous works of art. And of course, one of them that's considered very famous is The Birth of Venice, which is painted sometime between 1484 and 1486. This is perhaps his most significant work that most people would recognize as being his work. Another one would be his work of Primavera, which many people may also recognize that painting, or The Adoration of the Magi. All of those are ones that a lot of people, if they're into art, may recognize this as being some of his work, or Venus and Mars. If you want to be able to learn more about him and discover more about his early life and why we see him as this great Renaissance artist, we've written a blog post entitled Sandro Botticelli, a Renaissance Master. And in there, you will be able to see 10 of his most important works of art, and you'll be able to actually see those works of art, and you'll be able to learn a little bit more about them and why we feel like they're his most important works of art. And you'll be able to learn a little bit more about him as an artist and what continues to make him such a great Renaissance artist. This is Anita. Thank you so much for spending about 5 minutes with me each week to learn a bit about art. Art is a great and wonderful thing. Art certainly helps make our world go round and to become a much beautiful and significant place than what it would be without it. Thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate you. We hope that you'll subscribe, give us a thumbs up, make a comment. We would love to hear from you.